Boban went for 31 and 17. Porzingis did not play that game. He was resting his sore knee, so Boban absolutely can get it done. As KCP does a nice job of getting in the lane. There's KCP getting into the lane, and he's gotten better at that this year.
It's going to be the guards like Russo, like Waiters. Those guys can make plays in the half court as well.
First quarter winds down. Dion Waiters, say hello to Los Angeles Lakers and their fans.
That the Lakers are going to have to think about more as they get into the postseason, whether that's against Dallas or some of the other opponents that can go small in that sense by having a big out on the perimeter. Small, of course, AD sliding over.
And Porzingis, with his fourth personal, went to the bench, and LeBron attacked. LeBron doing a nice job. Oh, nice give and go, but it's intercepted. Lakers doing a nice job of getting their hands in the passing lane. Dwight Howard, up top, bang. Fast break points, and here's why. LeBron James, Dwight.
And I think LeBron is smart enough to know that if he can create more weapons, there's a big weapon right there in AD from downtown.
I like that, though. I want to see Kuz get very confident. A little bit slow in the last few weeks going into the shutdown. Speaking of confidence, how about that? That
started with a breakup of a pass, Brez, KCP, and LeBron James in transition. Just forget about it, Allie.
They were playing at that point, too, that he would get him back into the lineup. But, yeah, secondary ball handling, that is the thing that Rondo did the most of. You see Dion Waiters there creating a play for Dwight Howard. That is one thing that Frank Vogel is excited about the prospect of seeing. Play basketball. You talk to some of the Laker players, they're aware of it because he was really good in training camp. And that's a guy who Frank Vogel could call on, and maybe there's another one, Taylor Horton-Tucker.
And there's his first 2 points.
For this game, there was no player introductions beforehand. There was no national anthem. That would be the same for the next 2 scrimmages, but then they will gradually add those elements and some more time on the clock as well.
And there's LeBron with the first bucket of the game, 2-0 Lakers.
Well, there was a fine example of a player that had a free layup, but he saw AD coming, and he altered an extra pass.
The new role that he was taking on so young in his career. Just watch him now. Watch the confidence that never wavers. Dwight Howard, a man never lacking confidence.
Doesn't always yield you a championship, so it's critical. You know, once you put the pieces together, you have to have guys that not necessarily love one another, but they have to like each other.
Bubble cheese. Dwight. Bucket.
Yeah. Gator, he's that type of player. You know, he has the mindset of a coach. Nice over-the-top lob from LeBron to McGee there. But getting back to Caruso, thinks like, you know, a coach does. He understands ratios. As you see LeBron driving.
Vogel's been real consistent all season. When they're on a court, they want to set a certain tone and style. And you see now LeBron aggressively going to the rim out of that timeout there.
JR. And JR gets it to fall. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. Here's JR James.
And that's what he brings to the table. An experienced player. Ooh.
No Insta stories from you in the 80s?
No cell phones till the 90s, really.
Dion, replay big game. Dion Waiters. Talk about using your body right there. He does it. Waiters,
who coming into that first scrimmage had played only 42 minutes the entire season.
The Jazz, boy, I tell you, he kindly just made it all happen.
Well, that's a good spin by AD. Counted in the foul. He'll get the and one. As a foul on Rudy Gobert.
But then AD answers again, attacking. Gets the foul on Gobert. Anthony Davis on the bench. LeBron really has to be more of a scorer himself.
Oh, good cut by Kuzma. They find him for the easy slam.
Good job by LeBron as he spots Kuz on the curl. Kuz with the easy deuce. Then the next trip down, LeBron.
Again, attacking his Waiters, throws it away. Royce O'Neal, a couple of big steps around LeBron, who is there to challenge. Floor.
Look at LeBron.
Yes, he did.
Get away a little bit. Good hustle, though, by the Jazz to keep coming and get that offensive rebound.
That's the quintessential block. Not shot it well, though, in the bubble. 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. Lob to Dwight Howard right there from LeBron. All 2 conference title. But that's small compared to the big goal that they won at the end of the playoffs. But here comes JR looking for his first field goal, and there it is. First field goal as a Laker, as a little runner, a floater in the lane. National team during international play. Waiters stops on a dime now. A long three by LeBron, and he's got it. You betcha. LBJ. So they bested him on December the 5th.
Another look at how deep that three from LeBron is. 5 feet from behind the three-point line. They don't have to review that ever.
LeBron a 35%er. One more will definitely seal it.
Yeah, one more should take care of it. If you don't get the basket, then you're going to need a stop.
AD.
4-point play.
There it is. A 4-point opportunity, and he could reach 40 with this free throw.
It's too thin for them to breathe out there, boy. They say, come into my office, come into the paint.
With one shot. A shoe-in that the Lakers will lock into that 1 seed up pretty soon.
Thank you as KCP gets aggressive, counted in the foul. Contavious Caldwell
to the post to Anthony Davis. He gets it back, lays it up, gets fouled. 3-point opportunity. Nice job. Didn't play in a regular season game in about 2 years.
Yeah,
this is his first.
LeBron James.
Wow, nobody stepped out to make him change directions as he finally scratches.
So finally LBJ on the board. But we've seen that, Stu, numerous times. A little bit going to get the scoring.
Well, Kawhi didn't want to pick up the third, so he kind of opened the door, and nobody else back there.
Caruso in the game along with KCP. Kyle Kuzma looking to ignite this offense. LeBron's going to cast off 4-3, and he knocks it down. And again, getting an opportunity. More minutes for the backcourt. Lob. AD, the finish. Did not slam with authority.
Good play by Anthony Davis and Caldwell Pope. He throws it up there, and AD barely got a hand on it.
Point game. 6.5 to play. Waiters is going to try it from the outside. And that time it was Beverly looking for the rebound, but AD's got it. Kuzma, high arc, and he's got the three.
The game had just started, and the defenders were just seeing if he was going to make one.
Now the Lakers will need to shoot. Here's LeBron, leans in short, gets it back and scores. LeBron off the front of the rim, and the Lakers lead it 103-101 with 12.8 remaining.
You can see most of the Lakers, though, they're talking about that last defensive possession where Paul George got the triple. If they're not talking about that, they should be talking about that.
Firing it the second he touched it. How about this play by LeBron?
I know I missed it. Comes right back to him.
That's a fortunate.
The Jazz, boy, I tell you, it finally just made it all happen.
Well, that's a good spin by AD. Counted in the foul. He'll get the and one. As a foul on Rudy Gobert.
But then AD answers again, attacking. Gets the foul on Gobert.
Royce O'Neal goes 6'4", 222. No match. Good play by AD. Defense to the offensive dunk.
Anticipation by Anthony Davis. Easy deuce for the position defensively, and gives up the open look for the triple.
Lob underneath. That's a good passing play by the Lakers.
Another look at that last play where
Lakers foul number 23, LeBron
see Anthony Davis up to the top, and that brings Gobert up and leaves Dwight Howard. He loves to use his offhand in the paint.
Quickly, Lakers, other end of the floor. AD, count it, and one. Running the floor, rim running the big fella.
Even more than is left in the paint. But a good response by the Lakers as they attack, get to the basket and the foul.
Inbound. Oh, Danny Green was right there.
Good thing he got a hand on it.
Oh, and the bounce to KCP. Perfect opportunity to bounce it. And he rode it up and in. Alex confronts Gobert. Now AD with 10 to shoot. Goes into the lane, left hand, off the glass. That is pretty stuff for Anthony Davis. Or at least when the game was closer, closing him out here in the second half. This one not done quite yet. AD all the way with one hand after the dish from LeBron. More will definitely seal it.
Yeah, one more should take care of it. If you don't get the basket, then you're going to need a stop.
AD,
4-point play.
There it is. A 4-point opportunity, and he could reach 40 with this free throw.
It's too thin for them to breathe out there, boy. They say, come into my office, come into the paint.